Hello there. We saw the return of wet and windy weather throughout Tuesday, and it is set to remain fairly unsettled as we head towards New Year's. We're going to see further weather fronts and low pressure systems sweep their way across the UK, bringing bands of rain and showers at times. Those isobars are going to be fairly squeezed together as well at points, so it is going to remain fairly breezy and blustery for a lot of us as well. For Tuesday evening, though, we've got our first frontal system shifting its way down across central southeastern areas of England and also lingering across the far north at times as well. The risk of some icy stretches forming on untreated surfaces over areas of Scotland where we see a few showers lingering, and there will be a good number of drier intervals across many central areas, but the rain is going to persist across southern coast of England and then shift its way back up from the southwest as we move through the early hours of Wednesday morning. Where we see that persistent rain and cloud, it is going to remain fairly mild overnight, some places holding up around 10 degrees Celsius, more readily dropping into single figures to the north of that, and still a patchy frost developing across areas of Scotland, certainly in those most prone sheltered valleys. But Wednesday is generally going to be a day of us watching this rain steadily progress its way northwards, particularly persistent over upland areas, the Brecon Beacons, Dartmoor, but generally for a lot of us it is going to be a fairly wet and soggy day. For northern areas of Scotland, the rain won't really arrive there until later on in the evening, so it will be a generally drier day. A few wintry flakes are possible again over the higher ground as that rain pushes into the colder air to the north, and it's here across northern Scotland where temperatures will still be a touch down compared to everywhere else, but slightly higher compared to where we have been of late. Elsewhere, as that mild air continues to push its way up from the south, many areas will be up into high single figures, if not into double digits across much of England and Wales. The feel of things is going to be tempered by the fairly brisk winds, and they'll be particularly strong across southern areas where we'll see continued chances of gales along coastlines and certainly over hills as well. Many western and southern locations seeing gust strengths up into the 35-40 miles per hour or so. Perhaps a bit unusual. We are used to talking about the strongest winds often being across the northwest, but it's a bit of a change this time, whereas it will still be a fairly blustery couple of days, but the strongest wind gust not quite as what we'll see across southern areas. As we move into Wednesday evening, then those strong winds are going to be pushing in a number of showers from the southwest. These could be heavy at times with the risk of some hail and thunderstorms in there as well. The rain then pushing its way northwards and lingering over northern areas, and generally it will be a fairly unsettled night for all of us. The clouds and breeze are going to help hold the temperatures up though, so for many of us it will remain frost-free. Still dropping down into single figures, and certainly again a very patchy frost in the most prone valleys of Scotland is possible. During Thursday then, we're going to continue to see that unsettled setup. So showers pushing their way in from the west, so particularly Northern Ireland, western areas of Scotland, Wales and southwest England could see a continued feed of those showers. Areas further east staying slightly dry, but we certainly can't rule out the odd shower making its way all the way across there. It is going to remain fairly breezy, as I said, for all areas now, but again, particularly across southern areas. Not even gales limited to coast and the hills. We could see them developing more widely throughout inland areas as well. Temperatures will remain around average for the time of year, so a slight touchdown across southern areas, now more around 9 or 8 degrees or so, but again holding up in that breeze and cloud further north as well, 7 degrees for Northern Ireland, 8 degrees western areas of Scotland. We've got more unsettled to deal with as we move towards the end of the weekend into the weekend as well. So certainly umbrellas may be needed, but with those strong winds, you'll have to hold on to them fairly tightly. Do keep up to date with the forecast and for any further warnings that may be issued over the coming days. And you can, of course, do that by following us on all of our social media channels, and we'll be back with you shortly. Bye-bye.